This is Galeon's 40-foot flybridge. It's the 400, and like all Galeons, it is a very innovative boat. And in fact, on this one, my big challenge is going to be remembering everything I've been shown, because it's quite incredible. The amount of stuff they've put on here is off the scale, and it starts right here with these balconies. Now I'll show you those in a bit more detail when we go on board and exactly why they're there, but it's just the start of what is a very, very intriguing boat. So we'll start right here at the back. This is a high-low platform. These steps actually drop into place as it lowers, so you've got stairs directly down into the water, which is a nice touch. There's also a transom shower here. There's a galley on the back of the boat, so if we lift this one up, there's a chopping board, there's a sink over here, the griddle's on here, and then there's an ice box on this side, so you can fill that right up with ice, put your drinks in there, and everything's right there where you need it. Underneath of that, these are draining lockers, so ropes and that kind of thing can drop into there. And if we go right round onto this side, you'll start to see the benefit of these balconies, but I will just show you. These raise up through 90 degrees, so they become the sides of the boat, and there are then doors that pull out, link up to those, so it's protected. If you've got small children, that sort of thing, you don't have to have that all open. But when you have these balconies down, look at the amount of space that you get onto here. It just makes the whole back of the boat so wide, it's completely off the scale for a 40-footer. That is quite remarkable. Now the innovation keeps coming. We'll have a look at this. For example, just underneath here, we can lift this one up. And that clips into position like that, and then you can drop the table down. You can put an infill cushion on there and have that as a low level relaxing area. That's very nice indeed. Let's drop that back down. The table doesn't escape either. That unfolds, so you can pull out supports here and drop that one over, and there's another one that comes out here, and that one folds over in exactly the same way, so you can extend the table the right round. And you'll see why that one comes out in just a moment. There's another bit of innovation to show you. Doesn't stop there. This backrest, you can lift that, drop it right down, and that gives you seating here. So if you want to sit here and put your fins on before you go into the water, you've got that as well. We haven't even got inside the boat yet, and when we do, it keeps coming thick and fast, and in fact it starts before we even get inside the boat. That noise you can hear in the background is the bow thruster of that large vessel over there, just had to head for sea, I think. Anyway, let me show you these doors. So to enter the cabin, you can open this door here, nice and straightforward, drop that down to stop it flapping around, and in you go. But of course it's a Galeon, so there's a lot more to it than that. We can now lift this one, slide the whole lot across, and that opens up then. Close that down, and look at that, we've now got the entire rear bulkhead of the boat completely open. And of course there's more. This seat here, move that cushion, drop that backrest the other way, and that is a really nice seat then under the shelter of all this area, looking out, making this into a really social area. And that of course is why that table folds out that way. Not stopped yet, let's keep it going. Let's put that one back, slide that one round, and now you've got an inside-outside seat. Again, it can take advantage of this table if that's folded out, but that really extends and mixes these two areas. That's fantastic. Now inside here, there are a lot of different options in terms of the interior, woodwork, upholstery, all that kind of thing. On this one, they've gone for a very high gloss walnut. It looks really classy. You don't have to have that. You can have lighter woods, you can have a matte finish, you can have whatever you want. They're very customizable, but this is really striking actually. I like this very much. Let's head on in and I'll show you some more stuff. So what have we got? A lot of lighting options. These are all on dimmers, so all these lights here, you don't have to have them on full beam, so to speak. You can drop those down at night if you want to. You want a television? No problem. Hit the remote control and your TV is in there. The galley, that's up here. So you've got drawers down here, like so, and these are all soft closed drawers. There's the TV now in place. We've got sink in here, that's your waste bin underneath that one, and that's an induction hob. These are very clever. It means you need special pans for them, but when you take the pan off of it, even when that's on, you can put your hand flat on it, it's still cold. It's remarkable. And this is a conventional oven and a microwave combined. And then you've got the fridge here as well, of course. So that is your galley area right opposite the helm over here. Another great feature. Look at this. That entire door slides all the way back to there, and look at the airflow that we're getting through here now. And you can actually lock that into different positions. So if you don't want it all the way open, you want it half open, you can do that. And there's a button over here, dun, dun, dun. Port window, and that drops the window on that side. And now suddenly we've got this whole area with air streaming through both sides, the back open, really open, as you can see. And on a day like today, that's just brilliant. What can I show you here? It's all electronic screens, so you've got engine instrumentation on this side. This, of course, you can choose and configure however you want. So if you wanted radar, for example, there you could have it. This one is a chart and also reversing camera. You can see this is the back end of the boat just here. There's a little camera shining down there, and again, if you wanted that to be all chart, you can move that across and hit that one. And there it is. Another couple of neat things that I've seen on here is the lighting. So if you're in the boat at night, you don't want bright lights in here. What you want is some very subtle red lighting. So there's a button here, which is instrument lighting. If we hit that one, it lights up the instrumentation for the engines, but also look at these red pin lights along here. So it doesn't spoil your night vision. And they go on and off with those. And one thing I really like is when you operate that switch, you see where it says Galeon 400 fly here? Lights up with it. I think that's just a brilliant little touch. Just shows the detailing that's gone into here as well. Let's head down to the lower deck. This I also think is pretty spectacular, the amount of space that they've got down here. So we go down these steps into this lobby area, and through this one is your VIP guest cabin. Now it's V-berths in here at the moment. It's very easily converted to a centerline double. You just pop that one out, and then you lift these, and you're done. And that little triangle then can go into the gap that's now created up at the front end. So it's really quick to switch that across from a double to two singles, and it's a massive double bed, I have to say. Let's drop that one back. And that can go in there. Typical Galeon, it has the huge skylight overhead. We've got some bed cushions on there at the moment, so that's why you can't see out through those, but those are just big glass panels, and there's an opening one there in the centre, so you've got some ventilation and another way out of the boat. And this has all got lines across it, of course, so at night you can pull these over if you want to. Or you can lie in bed and look at the stars, I suppose. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? The lighting in here as well, very clever. There are various switches, they're down here, and so you can control various levels of lighting. So depending on how much light you want in here, there's the main overhead lights, those are the back lights around the edge, or you can have it all on. Very nice. You can see they're even up in behind here. This is all storage around here and in places like this, and you're going to be thinking what's in there. I'll show you. That is the master switch for the bow thruster battery, so you can isolate it if you ever needed to. And look at this little detail, it's this little dot on here. Let's say if somebody opens that with the door open, you're not going to do any damage. Nth degree stuff, isn't it? Now this has access into the day heads. That's through here. Really good size. So you've got the toilet and your shower, and what you don't often find on a boat of this size, a rainfall shower. And in fact, I should mention, you can plug this boat directly into the water system on the marina. There's an inlet so that you can plug in a hose to it. That means you don't have to worry about your water tank because it's getting a constant supply. If you come right into here, then again you've got your sink and that kind of stuff, all very nicely done. And I love the colours that they put into here as well. I think that's really smart. You can see there's another door there. That one is out to the main passageway. So you come down the steps and straight in. You don't need to go into any cabins during the day if you want to use the loo. And then back here, master cabin. Now this, for a 40-foot boat, is quite remarkable. So we drop in here, and there it is, full beam of the boat. Now inevitably the headroom is a little compromised because it's a 40-foot boat. If you want standing headroom in here, well then you need to go and buy a 50 or a 60-foot boat. But for a 40-foot boat, it's brilliant. You can come in around here, you've got a dressing table, and look at the way they've raised the ceiling up above it as well, so no problems at all. You can sit on here, you've got your makeup or your watches or whatever else you want to have in there, and you've got your window, so you've got a fantastic view out of Ocean Village today, home of Approved Boats, who are the dealers for these in the UK. Let's slide that back in, and this is just loads of storage about the place, as you'd expect. But look at this woodwork, look where they've curved this. I don't know how well you can see this, but this is curved around here. There's some classy stuff going on in here. That one again is an illuminated wardrobe. That, incidentally, is all the instruction manuals for the boat. So every bit of gear on the boat, from the TVs to the GPS to whatever, they're all in there. Again, a little rubber section on there so it doesn't damage that when it's open. But that is quite a cabin, isn't it? Even this, the backlighting in behind the headboard. Fantastic. It's got that in the forward cabin as well. So there we go. That's that. You might notice these little traps in the floor. Those are access. So things like, let's have a look in this one. That is your shower drains. So you can get to those easily if you need to, for example. Excellent. That, I think, fairly much sums up the interior, but there's still a load of stuff to show you on the outside of this boat. So we'll head on back up, and I think we'll head out. Let's head out this side door, shall we? Must be time for a little bit of shoe magic. A Movius editors. There we go. Harry Potter would be proud. Okay, we're going to head up this side first of all, up onto the foredeck. Look at this huge one-piece screen they've got on here. You notice this black section down here, that's hiding a lift-up cabana. It's a new word I've learnt today. It's like a sunshade that comes over this part of the sun pad. And then you've got this seat up here on the front. This lift-up section, very nice to sit there, watch the world go by, but you can drop that flat so it's not spoiling your view from the helm. And then right at the very front, obviously your anchor is on the bow. This is just a bit of storage in that one. And the other side then is the anchor chain locker. Cool, let's head on back round. We'll go and take in the flybridge. Again, as you come back down here, this is this big opening window that I dropped electrically, and you can see that door on the other side. And then we come right to the back here. Underneath here, on both sides, fuel fillers and the holding tank pump out as well. You can see again, when you get back to here, just how much extra space you're gifted by these drop balconies. And in fact, they're dead easy to use. All of these are just sort of pop-in stanchions, so they come out very easily and roll up. And then there's a button on both sides. I'm going to bring it right up, obviously, because we'll lose everything, but you just push the activation button and push up. And you can see that starting to move. I'm not going to go too far. I think I got away with that. There we go. So they're as easy as that. Steps up to the flybridge. Let's head on up there. And again, really good size. Your helm station is up here, and this is the repeater for the rain marine system. So again, charts are on here. You have actually got engine instrumentation over here, but you can also access it through here. And again, things like that camera as well. If we scroll across, video, here we go. There, that's the bathing platform again. So you can see when you're reversing the boat in, if you're against a dock, exactly how far away you are from it with that. Bow thruster controllers up here, there's a stereo control as well. And a nice seating area for people to come and enjoy the ride. And the view from here, of course, is fantastic. The bimini they have designed so that it'll all concertina forward and it drops into a track that goes around here. So you just put a cover over it, drop that out of the way, and that takes that completely out of play if you don't want it. And then further back, yet another galley area. You've got 3 galley areas effectively on this boat. So this has got the grill, the sink, and then there's a fridge underneath. And then behind that, big seating area around the back. And this table, as you can see, it's a double section, so it will fold out. That's why it has this support here. That's a good grab rail. But it also means you can drop this over, make that into a much larger dining area out the back. So I think the only thing left is the engines. There's no crew cabin on this boat. It's a 40-foot boat, so it's very much owner operated. The only thing you'll find under the back seats is storage, but the engines will find underneath here. And again, really interesting what they've done with this. Let me show you. Okay. Now, this is a Galeon, so the name of the game is choice. And you can have this boat configured with IPS engines, stern drive engines, or shaft drive engines, and that's why this is such a big area in here. Now, if you have the shaft drive, which this boat has, what they do is they use V drives, so the engines sit fairly well back, and the drive goes out the front through a V box, and the shaft is then back underneath the engine. So it keeps the engines well back and gives you all that space for the cabin accommodation. That's how they make it so big inside. But this is a really get-atable area, so things like your rudder stocks and all your steering gear is all very easy to reach. You've got battery management is down here, generator is down here as well, and you can get in and around the engines, as you can see. Now, these engines in this boat are D6 440s. They're 440 horsepower each. They're going to give the boat about 30 knots flat out, so you're going to cruise really sort of 20 to 23 knots, somewhere around there, and your range, well, you're about 200 miles, that sort of area. Well lit, and as I say, pretty much most of the stuff here is pretty easy to reach. These are batteries over on this side. Excellent, very good. Okay, let's head on back out of here. And I think we will end up, let's just drop that down before we lose anybody down it, up on the, how does she, never mind, up on the bow. So let's head up here. This is a big sliding side door again. And this looks like a comfy spot to say, as ever, huge thanks to Approved Boats. They've organised that tour for me, got the boat ready, so I really appreciate that. And of course, huge thanks to you guys. If you've not subscribed, do me a favour and hit that button and hit the little bell. It really helps the channel, and it will of course keep you posted of new videos coming. And we'll look forward very much to catch you on the next one. Take care, bye bye.